So you think your situation is different from everyone else's. Different obstacles, different limitations, different reasons why it won't work for you. And most people use that belief to protect themselves from trying. Because if your situation is different, then you don't have to fully commit. So in this video, I'm going to show you why you're not as unique as you think. You'll see why your obstacles are the same as other people had, why the same strategy still works, and why I'm different is really a cover-up. And by the end of this video, you'll stop hiding behind uniqueness, because I used this excuse also. I told myself my situation was different and that other people had advantages I didn't have. But the more I looked around, I realized something uncomfortable, that everyone had problems. Some people just took action anyways. So let's break this down. The first question is simple. What makes you think your obstacles are special? Because almost every excuse you can think of has already been overcome by someone else. And believing your situation is uniquely difficult gives you permission not to try. You tell yourself you don't have money. Neither did a lot of people when they started. You tell yourself you don't have time. They didn't have time either, but they made time. You tell yourself you're not good on camera. Most people aren't in the beginning, but they improved by doing it repeatedly. You tell yourself you don't have connections. They didn't have connections either. They built relationships over time. The pattern is always the same. Right? Your situation feels unique because you're emotionally attached to it, but the obstacles themselves are not unique. The real difference is usually this: your excuses are louder than your commitment. So now you understand that your obstacles aren't special. But what about the strategies themselves, right? What do the same things, or why do the same things keep working for others? Why do you assume the same strategy won't work for you? Because this is what most people do. They see someone else getting results and immediately think that works for them, but I'm different. But the fundamentals don't change based on your personality. The same core principles keep working over and over again. Create value, right? Reach people, make offers, show up consistently. That's the process. The difference usually isn't the strategy. It's the execution. Most people who succeed keep going long after it stopped being exciting. They posted consistently. They improved slowly. They kept working even when nobody cared yet. While you were looking for a version that feels easier, a customized strategy with less discomfort, the work stays the same regardless of who is doing it. The fundamentals are simple. The hard part is repeating them long enough to see results. So now you understand the work itself is not unique, but there's still one important question. Why do you keep saying I'm different in the first place? What are you really saying when you say I'm different? Because if you admit you're not different, something uncomfortable happens. You lose the excuse not to try. And if you try and fail, you can't blame your unique situation anymore. That's why this mindset is so dangerous. You're not saying I'm different, right? Because you truly believe it. You're saying it because you're scared to try, scared to fail, scared to find out you're capable of more than you've been proving. Because if other people with similar obstacles figured it out, then eventually you have to ask yourself why you haven't. You have the same 24 hours, the same internet access, the same information. The difference usually isn't resources, it's commitment. So you're not different. Your situation just feels heavier because you're living inside it. But here's what I found that made the difference for me. Your mindset is 95% of this. Strategy is 5%. And you can have the same strategy as someone who's succeeding. But if your mindset tells you you're different, you won't take action. What worked for me was realizing I had the same obstacles as everyone else, and then following what worked for them. If you want to see what that looks like, click the link in the description and watch the video. And I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.